Akwa Ibom State Government partners Nigerian Army on affordable housing scheme. Plus, University of Uyo to hold public lecture on planning for retirement. Hello, good evening, and many thanks for joining us tonight on News at 7. I am Kelvin Samuel with details of the headlines and other stories. And please be reminded that this broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103 and all our social media platforms, both on Facebook and the YouTube. Like our pages for regular, authentic updates. Akwa Ibom State Governor Moino has assured the Nigerian Army of the state's readiness in partnering the Army for the provision of affordable housing for retired personnel. Governor Moino gave this assurance during a courtesy call on his office by the team of Post Service Housing Development Limited, led by Major General J.D. O'Malley. The report.
In a speech, the Managing Director of Post Service Housing Development Limited, Major General J.D. O'Malley, explains that the scheme was established in 1996 to help alleviate the hardship experienced by personnel in securing decent housing after retirement. He notes that the company, which is now in 34 states across the nation, is saddled with the responsibility of providing houses or plots of land for soldiers on retirement, hence their visit to the state to seek partnership with the state government, especially in provision of lands.
The scheme implemented the Post-Service Housing Directorate, which metamorphosed to becoming a limited liability company and incorporated as Post-Service Housing Development Limited.
Governor Ono, while commending the Chief of Army Staff for the initiative, says it is necessary to provide such facility for post-service given the nature of their jobs to the country. He assures that the state government will follow up with the process of providing the needed 200 hectares of land for this purpose.
I'm always worried when I see our people go through all they go through and they leave. And, you know, I guess what happens in the police is not too different from what happens in the military, because after you retire or you exit, they give 3 months for you to leave the barracks, and the question is always to where. And so this is a very, very laudable project, and we believe our state should be able to key into this.
The scheme on completion is to house 60% military and 40% civilians to avoid barracks kind of experience. From the government house, Uyo, Kelvin Samuel.
Meanwhile, Governor has cautioned stakeholders to desist from placing unnecessary demands on contractors executing projects in their areas, as government will not condone any act capable of jeopardizing the quality of projects. The governor made this known during the flag-off of the construction of 8.6 kilometers Ediene-Abak Ekan and the 7.9 kilometers dual carriage ring road 3 extension. The report.
These road projects are part of the 18 economically viable roads to be constructed by the Moino's administration across the state to stand it out as the state with best road network in the country. Having flagged up roads in Eket and Ikorekbene, this is a turn of Uyo Senatorial District, and these roads are at the heart of the stakeholders, as it will not only open up the areas but serve as connection to some major government investment, including low-cost housing estate, Dakada Skill Acquisition Center, among others.
Ring Road 3, from here, Idoro Road to Ikorekbene Road, is the completion of the master plan of Uyo.
87 years after the creation of Akwa Ibom State, it was becoming a cause that the state could not complete the necessary ring roads to expand the town for development. 37 years, in the midst of plenty, we did not have anything. The ring roads were not completed. It became more or less a cause. But today, God has brought you.
This road has been here for the past 40 years. And today, you graciously award this road.
Performing the flag off, Governor Eno restated his determination to extend life-touching projects across the state. He charges the people to cooperate with government by creating an atmosphere of peace under which development will thrive.
By the grace of God, we'll come back here very soon to commission this road. In the last 2 months, we have mobilized for about 20. It was 18, we added 2 more. 20 economic roads across this state. And that's the first phase. We'll continue to do roads. We'll continue to do other projects. But let this first phase take off properly and let us see the progress. Our monitoring and evaluation team will continue to go around and see the progress of the roads. Let me warn very quickly that I will not hesitate to terminate any contract that is not optimally performed.
The roads on completion will link the 6 local government areas in Uyo senatorial districts. In Uyo.
Meanwhile, an innovation to mentally empower the university staff and other workers, both in the public and private sectors, has been packaged by the management of the University of Uyo. It is the maiden edition of Professor Nyaudon Dayo's public lecture with the theme Planning for Retirement, the Entrepreneurship Option. The public lecture will be delivered by Professor Isaac Ayandere, former Dean, Faculty of Management Sciences and the immediate past Chairman Committee of Deans, University of Uyo. The occasion will be chaired by a foremost legal pundit and senior advocate of Nigeria, Professor Enefioke Sien, former Vice Chancellor, University of Uyo. The event will take place on Monday, March 25, 2024 at the 1,000-seater capacity TETFON main auditorium, main campus, Waneba Road, by 11 a.m. Accordingly, the Vice Chancellor, University of Uyo, Professor Nyaudo Ndayo, is pleased to invite all members of staff of the university and other staff of government ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as workers in private sector and the general public, to attend the lecture. Guests are to be seated by 10:30 in the morning. We will pause for the commercial break here. More news on our return. Please stay.
One passenger. Big auntie, go enter this bus.
Ha! Oga conductor, this kind cough na serious matter. You suppose go hospital.
Hospital care.
Haba, doctors don talk am say different types of cough dey. Some na dry cough, but this your own na wet cough e be.
Big auntie, na God go bless you. I don tire for this my conductor and him cough wey no gree go. E fit even be tuberculosis.
Conductor, go check am o, make you dey sure, because who no go? No go no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check 'em all, make you dey sure. If cough don't worry you past 2 weeks, if it be tuberculosis, TB test and treatment, na free. Just call the National TB Hotline for 3340 or dial *3340# to get better information. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people them.
Welcome to Prisma International Hotels, located at number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, Overback Road, Uyo. When it comes to hospitality industry, nothing compares with comfort, exquisite services, and top-of-the-world security. These are what make Prisma Hotels a household name. At Prisma Hotels, you are assured of lavishly furnished, spacious rooms and suites with complimentary breakfast, top-class Blue Sea swimming pool, VIP and poolside bars, as well as restaurant where African and continental dishes are served at pocket-friendly rates. These are not all. There is high-speed internet service, closed-circuit television, spacious car park, 24-hour power and water supply, sparkle laundry and dry cleaning services, and above all, combat-ready security operatives. So whenever you are in Uyo or you are a resident in Uyo, capital city of Akwa Ibom State, make Prisma Hotels number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, Overback Road, Uyo, your choice, and you will cherish the experience. For bookings and inquiries, please call 081 3166-6660 or 0915-509-9989. Prisma International Hotels, hospitality par excellence.
One passenger, big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. I beg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital?
Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o. Make you dey sure, because who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Make you dey sure. If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB test and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 or dial *3340# for more information. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
Roseville Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suite for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by our expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Badge Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Roseville Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Welcome back and many thanks for staying tuned. And if you're just joining us, this has been the 7 p.m. news of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Channel 12. We're reaching you live on Star Times, Channel 103, and our social media platforms, both on Facebook and YouTube. Now to the rest of the stories of the day. With the current trend of insecurity, economic realities, and life uncertainty, relating or socializing with people freely seem difficult, if not suspicious, even in one's neighborhood. Erika Evi in this report examines why communal living in Calabar, the south-south part of Nigeria, is fading away and becoming a problem to some people. The report.
A neighbor from the empirical point of view is someone who comes in contact with some person in spite of ethnicity, beliefs, religion, or even inactions. Right back in the early 60s and 70s, when people were not too busy and life was easy, even residential buildings were not fenced, except for few. Living in such a neighborhood was an unforgettable experience as a growing child playing with your peers. However, the narrative has changed considering the spate of kidnapping and other vices in the society.
I know my neighbor to a certain level. I may not know my neighbor completely. Those who live around me, I try to know where they work, one, for security reasons.
Nigeria, the giant of Africa, is known for her communal living, which is characterized by manners, languages, tradition, and beliefs. But with the current trend of insecurity and hardship experienced by majority of people, communal living seems difficult, let alone of people showing much concern with their neighbors.
My office, I may know my next door or my next office neighbor. It depends on where I am.
It's someone you see every day of your life and can be there for you in difficult times.
The only problem there is that you get a kind of a neighbor that you get if you know him as a bad person. You will just give a chance.
On the other hand, some respondents in their submission opine that the ultimate responsibility of people in the society is to show mercy irrespective of person involved and also act within the circumference of love, lending their time, money, and resources regardless of socioeconomic status in order to showcase the true sense of relationship with our neighbors.
People lock themselves inside the house because no job. So to know your neighbor when we are growing up as little kids, I remember those days in our military barracks.
Your neighbor portrays to you what he wants you to see.
Respondents believe that love is a central focus when considering relationship with neighbors in spite of proximity. Hence, for a better and peaceful society, people should identify who their neighbor is. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, NTA News.
We will at this point join our sports decks for the latest from the sports world. Over to you, Gift George.
In international football, the rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana continues Friday evening as the Super Eagles of Nigeria under interim manager Finidi George takes on the Black Stars of Ghana, also with a new coach, Otto Addo. This will be the first match of both sides after the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Both sides have met 56 times, with the Black Stars of Ghana with 25 wins and Nigeria has 12 victories.
Nigeria and Ghana is always there, so and that is an extra motivation for the players. I think we are good to go. Players are ready, we know what's at stake. We just want to have a good game.
It's been good, we've been training and working on our tactics to play this game. It's usually not a friendly game against Ghana, so we're ready for the game and we'll go out there to win the game.
On the 13th Africa Games, Nigeria's under-20 women's football team, the Falconets, fell short of defending their title in a keenly contested encounter against rivals, the Black Princesses of Ghana, at the Cape Coast Stadium Thursday night. Despite the massive turnout of fans to support the home side, it was the Nigerian team who scored the first goal in the first half, only for the Ghanaians to equalize in the later part of the second half, thereby taking the match to extra time, where they got a second goal to beat Nigeria 2-1.
Ghana, yes, Mukarama! It's not the issue of rivalry, it's supremacy. And that supremacy stands. You can see it in the whole game today. Or couldn't culminate in a goal, but I know it will come.
Everybody are trying to bring in their best, to make a record out of this tournament. But then we all see how it ended. All glory to God, and thanks for supporting us.
At the end of the women's football event of the 13th Africa Games, Ghana got gold, Nigeria took silver, while Uganda settled for the bronze medal. Still on the Africa Games, in athletics, Nigeria's Esebrumi won gold for the country in the women's long jump event with a leap of 6.92 meters to defend her title, which she won in Rabat, Morocco in 2019. Her first attempt on Thursday night in Accra, Ghana was good enough to get her gold for Team Nigeria. With Sports Update, Gift George, NTA News.
To wrap up the news tonight, another look at the major stories. Akwa Ibom State government partnered Nigerian Army on affordable housing scheme. You also heard in the news that University of Uyo is to hold public lecture on planning for retirement. Those are the much we can accommodate on the English segment of the news tonight. Wisdom Jacob is waiting behind for the news translation. I remain Calvin Samuel, wishing you all the best.
Akwa Ibom State ya diana membono komba atore no mo foridon ufong wen tai fio yo ya tumo pembo ka na mbono we kameri du wem ke mai kpomutum ka ngini song ido mo ya ko membo sanyi ni mbure yo mi kara wisdom check up adai wuru kara stere me mo no ma song mbono ko ide me bo ku kara stere me be ngidem adidiana memmo mba todo amo kana ni uforidon kini amo mai kpomutum nyeka tami kini kamba we ko Major General JD Omali agarta mbon etse mboy bandu tumu fo ido no mbone kom adi sey ko fo tumu ni kuyu e kom ko mitio kom
adai wuro se mboy bandu tumu do Major General JD Omali amanam ya wa bo ken tumu miedo se ke siak iswa 1996 ba todo awan madi yom franson po ambun nkau kweme esi nie ke mo e mai kwen utum ndien ini eti ufo idong anyama tabo ku fo utumodo e ba ke mested edip medwe nang kirdnyen jeneni ubyong utumadi kan bo ke nong ufo isong yang bore kong se mai kwong utum eni ufo idong den ke do den ta ni mo die stedemi ba toru idini e bana di diana ket mu kara stedemi apan ke fang adinom moisong adai wuru karastemi ama kom akamba we kongo ke ndutumodo anyo tabo ke do tak panpo adiken bo enam ya moy ni mutom por ba to do mbore kongo mi e mai ku mutum amoy ni mi teserong akpan akene mutotum se moy na meno idet nyen nyama atang bo ku karastemi aya krebo ki mi kenen ndutumodo inyo inam ya eno mo isonga di pun isem ekta iki bamba aturu eka menangan nutumodo nutuma mi tanga mi ke mai ku ya nam yang bone kong ni mu fo idong wakakem mbari ke kini bono wukirong eniere mbak abaketu ke na to de bion même posisi tepe ke mitie ambone kong sirong ke dion ke de barracks wisdom Jacob
adai wuro karastere mi mo no adon bono woke mi don kere tongo bo ya mo siongire e pon metme do adi yem me ko yem mention sum pom fen itum bono wo sinanga mention su tum so karananga ja do kara idi papanya ni tise muton tme edu wo mi akeme ke di piongo menti utum o karananga ke state anya ka ta me kini ga bere ku tumuri onsum ke usonganye di to e dena bak ikismi korekan menye edi diongo anye diongo kete ring road 3 ay ko mo mi to kam
mosong efreta mi advocate ke mosong akamokara state minete umoino ayemme idiong barato kondong kot mufuro wana atemedok mention sio ndara nkokara enyenam ya idiong ke state nyene mi ke ma idiong mosong mi ma ke usong aya fon eti ke state nyen akan afrefre me usong sibanga ke me state mfen etanke manyo sore kai ke bere me usong ebigidion ke eket nkorong ikorekpene nko kenye di na mamiko uyo aya nwam adisiak musong ke mitiem te usong akme kidi bara amana nam memposukara abob ke me efare bisia usong mi amana temme akro wana nko ke nkot mufuru wana aya temme adok me fare ye medium musong mi atanke me ufok akpana nye edion kente housing estate dakada skill acquisition nkoro mu wang pomfin aya krunen sia usong ya base sangedok ekaya me fritie idara eto moyno akebere ke musong ebi idion mi anyema atang amana metang ate ke musong edion mi ke af menkoro karasi banga ke state mi aya nwa mukara etieti mpose mukare di bob nkoro mewo sekpe bob ke yarben ufuro adok midon enam ya di on kusong esoke tangmi ke eyesang mosong mi eka menkoro kara itioke sibanga ke senatorial district uyo zika okono kombo NTA
enam ya di on ke tubum taifyo etubum fongwen taifyo uyo ataifyo ya udon dayu ya tuma kpokpempo iwori kodo na mbono we kamari do na mori do wem kini mo mai kpongtum enam ya ide on kedo taifyo Isaac anya dele ado wo sidi tum ukpempo mi ndien akana dai wuru fongwet akana tum fongwen taifyo do taifyo ne fyo sien adido ati wuru kpokoro enam ya ide on go kedi na mi ade right ke monde ado sena fyo ide mission ke fyo isena kemi kitie amosi tumu kpempo ke mention sini ke nkanika advocate obasen kana mbodo tang adai wuru fong wedo tai fiok ya udon da yo sunu yo kut me namutum ke mu fong berado ye me namutum ke mention su fong ko mfen ko bo ya ikene di wana kan nutum pe mbodo ndien ya frewu e ba ki tiero kan kan ka du o ba sen o kan ngin bon di trembo mbubre yo miero tutun kan ka itia ba mbubre yo mbom eri temme ki ko membo afeni tonyo tutinero.